Wow. A few days after the case was resolved, I stand before a gravesite. The marker is still new and clean.
We finally met. I'm sorry it took me so long to come.
Oh. For some reason I thought this would be Akihiko visiting Shinji's grave. Some of my memories are now those from another machine. Like me, Unit 024. She and I were the same production generation. Some of those memories are of a girl. But Tsuru-san and her people aided me in finding that girl and finding out who she is. The first words in her records are her name. After her name, deceased. Matsuru-san was apologetic when she told me about this, but I wasn't surprised. The girl in my memory had been in a hospital room. That's why, in my heart, I was kind of expecting things to turn out like this.
You know, there's a bunch of stuff I wanted to say, and I don't know where to start now. But thanks so much for giving me life.
No words come back from the gravestone. I didn't make it in time.
I have a younger sister, and I've got companions and friends too. Because you wished for it, I have a happy life now. But there's nothing I can do to repay you.
Live a good life.
Mommy, there's someone here.
I was wondering if she'd run in the family. As I was standing still, a boy approaches me and looks up curiously. A woman, apparently his mother, follows him and bows to me. She's holding a bouquet of flowers. It seems this family has come to visit this girl's grave.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you, this girl's family?
Oh no, it's just my boy has the same illness as the girl who's here.
Oh, that's too bad. I was hoping to see an encounter with the actual family. I look at the boy. He does seem thin, but he otherwise does not appear to be in poor health.
The girl here agreed to submit to a great many examinations when she was young. Because of that, the doctors learned a great deal about her disease, and it's thanks to her sacrifice that my little boy is still alive today. He can even go to school.
She tells me more about her son, and then explains that they come to visit the girl's grave to thank her. After they fill the bouquet, put the grave on. After they lay the bouquet on the grave, the boy and his mother stand silently for a moment. When they leave, I'm alone in front of the grave once more. She dreamed of being useful to the world, and that wish has come true. I know that she would have wanted to see the results of how she helped people, but in the end, she never could. Then I've
found something I can do. Hey, can I call you Mom?
I will carry on your dream, my mother, and protect the world where all the lives you saved reside. Just as you wish for my happiness, I will wish for the happiness of all humans, and I will do what I can to protect them. I'll do it in the best way I can, as a shadow operative.
Miss Yamagishi, this is a spectacular feat. We've never had a second-year student receive the award for best paper at this school. Okay,
before I get into this, I've just got to say, Persona writers, you know, overall, this game has not been as strong as a lot of the previous ones, but Labrys' story is just so impactful for me. Reading that last scene, I was actually tearing up a little bit. They have sold the character of Labrys so thoroughly, and just the growth I have seen from this character as I've played through her, it's absolutely beautiful. You know, one of the weaknesses of, I think, the Arena series is that for the most part, all of the characters are already developed. You know, the only characters that got developed in Arena and Ultimax are Labrys and Ken, because they really weren't developed before. Everyone else just kind of is characters we know and love, but when I watch Labrys' growth in this, and just the engrossing story they tell about her, it's... I'm wordless.
Thank you.
I received an urban summons from my lab at college, and found my professor there, openly praising me.
You're already getting recruitment calls from labs and corporations, but I'd recommend that you devote yourself to studying abroad.
Abroad, you say?
I just happen to be friends with a professor who's searching for an assistant. If you wish, I can write you a letter of recommendation at once.
I hesitate a bit on how to respond to my professor's cheerful words. Ever since I entered the engineering department, things have become awkward with my parents. Though they still look pained when the subject of my not entering medical school comes up, perhaps they'll be impressed with me if I tell them that I'm going to study abroad at a famous college overseas. But even if I were to leave Japan, if something were to happen with Mitsuru-san and the others, I'd show up with no hesitation coming back here. Even if that wasn't the case involving shadows, for example, if I told they didn't have anyone they trusted to perform Aigis and Labrys' maintenance, I'd still feel the same. I have no intention of actually joining the Shadow Operatives, but I want to help out as much as I can until the organization's foundation becomes more secure. I'm not afraid of moving away from them. Considering what Mitsuru-san is trying to accomplish, there are a lot of things that I can't help with if I'm too far, and...
How about it, Miss Yamagishi?
I'm sorry, but I'll have to decline for now. If the time comes when I feel a need to study abroad, I'd like to ask for your assistance then.
Yes, that's what I thought. Then I'll contact them at once. Wait, you decline?
Oh no! Classes are about to start. Please excuse me. Thank you for telling me about this.
Miss Yamagishi, wait! Hey!
I'm not staying here because I'm needed. I'm staying here because I choose to do so. That's more important than taking on a course that someone else has prepared for me.
I can study wherever I want, after all.
I joined the flow of students moving to class and hurried to my next class. This is Ken, right? The early summer brother in Gekkoukan is professionally after school. We're absorbed in chasing the ball, like always.
Not gonna happen.
Whoa!
One of the players I'm guarding against goes flying, and the game stops. Crap, did I get a little too rough? I rush over to see how he's doing.
Sorry, are you okay?
I'm fine. It wasn't a foul. That was a great tackle, Ken. You've been on fire lately.
Why is there tackling in soccer? Luckily, he doesn't seem hurt. I relax and then grab his hand to pull him up with a smile.
Well, we do have a match coming up soon. Isn't our opponent supposed to be a strong team?
Yeah, you're right. All right, let's all put some more effort into this. Once more!
Keep our spirits up!
Yeah!
The sun is almost set, and it's almost time to end our club activities. I look around with the school grounds at the students leaving their own clubs. I can tell they're looking at someone standing in the corner of the schoolyard. Oh man, I didn't think she'd come here wearing that battle outfit of hers. Why is she still wearing that? I guess I should have given more thought about where I suggested that we meet up. I regret choosing this place a little, but she'd stand out anywhere, so I guess it can't be helped. I'm the one who called Mitsuru-san here. This is the first time I've seen her in person since that case ended. I'm well aware of how busy Mitsuru-san is, but I implored her to come here today. I'm starting to feel a little unusually nervous. To make up my mind and take a few deep breaths before approaching her.
Hey! Who's that beautiful lady? Don't tell me she's Ken-kun's girlfriend!
What? No way. I'm so shocked. Doesn't she seem a little serious, though?
Mitsuru-san, thank you for coming all this way when you're so busy.
Don't worry about it. I am currently on a mission now, so I don't have a lot of time. I would like to speak with you for longer someday.
Oh, it's alright, this won't take long. I called you here so I could give you this today.
This?
I hand her a small silver badge. It's the official identification given to members of the Shadow Operatives. When she sees it, Mitsuru-san briefly looks surprised. She looks from the badge to my face and then swallows whatever she was about to say.
I'd like you to take it back for now. I don't need it. I promise I'll come get it again one day.
Very well. I will keep this for you.
That's right. I don't need it right now. Mitsuru-san accepts it without another word. But I bet she respects my decision. Mitsuru-san always is thinking about us. I'm sure that my actions speak louder than anything I could have said to her. and she understands perfectly. This is how it should be. Thank you, Mitsuru-san.
Hey, kid! Let's get going!
A voice suddenly calls out to me from the school gate and breaks the silence between us. I look in that direction and see the rest of the soccer club, who have finished changing and are waiting for me. I do have to say, it's kind of funny that people mistook Mitsuru for Ken's girlfriend right before he basically breaks up with her. It should be obvious that I'm in the middle of a serious conversation here, but that doesn't stop them. Well, I guess it can't be helped that they want me to hurry up. We just finished practice, and we're all hungry kids. It's only natural that their stomachs are growling. I mean, mine is too.
Okay, race to the wild duck! Class won their pace!
Well, I have to go. Hope you stay well until I see you again, Mitsuru-san.
In any case, since the burdens on my shoulders have been lifted, I quickly bow to Mitsuru-san before rushing off with my soccer club friends. We still have the afternoon practice and Wild Dash to do. It's a famous tradition of the Gokugun Junior High School Club. Then again, we started this tradition on our own. We consider it the last part of our practice, so I can't allow myself to lose here either.
Huh, he laughed. Wow, don't you think Ken-kun's changed a bit lately? Really? Like how? For reals. He used to be all, I don't know, cold. But lately he's been in high spirits. It's like he learned how to be normal, right?
You're right. He does seem to act more naturally than before. I like it.
Poor Mitsuru. 3 years ago, we forged a bond through our long and severe battles. That bond is still very important to me. But if I let myself get too caught up in that bond, I'll end up missing out on the things in my own life. I think this is still Ken. I think I was able to change because I realized that. I sense that the bond of others have remained unchanged, but more than that, I sense that I've grown into myself as well, even if only a little. What's best for me right now is to spend my days doing what I can, without rushing through life. What happens to me now will surely affect my future. That's what I've come to realize. And acting that way will be my way of fulfilling the duty that was left to me. Koromaru appears from a side street and magnificently runs past us. Koromaru has been showing up like this from time to time and racing us to the burger place. I remember thinking about this during the recent battles, but even though Koromaru is quite old, he sure doesn't seem that way. I bet he's determined not to let us kids beat him either. Well, if he's challenging me, I can't just let him win without a fight. I pick up the pace and chase after the white fluffy shape in front of me.
Target acquired. Commencing capture now.
I guess.
I thought I was well concealed in this crowd in front of the station, but Igus comes charging towards me. There are people around me draw back, and people walking by stare on dumbfounded. Not again.
It's time for your English 2 class.
I'm gonna be absent today.
Absence without Mitsuru-san's express permission will not be tolerated.
Well, the class doesn't do roll call. If I pass the final exam, I'll get the credits I need. I've already mastered English anyway.
I've heard that some college classes randomly take roll. One cannot discount the possibility.
With that professor, it'll never happen.
You stand out, so your absence will immediately be a...
How many arguments does she have prepared?
How do I stand out? I'm not dressed for missions today.
In any case, you must prioritize your studies.
After the case had closed, I went back to college, even though I had been taking time off to go and do my training journey up until recently. Though Mitsuru-san and I had a hand in getting me to go back, thankfully, Igus has taken it upon herself to manage my college credits, which has led to situations like this. The moment I go off her radar, she suddenly shows up out of nowhere and drags me back to class. My attendance, classwork, study groups, assignments, submissions, exams, she has total control over my every move. I don't even have time to train anymore.
Stop being so persistent, Igus. I told you I have plans today.
You are the same as always, aren't you?
Hey,
You
Kurosawa.
both stand out
Kurosawa-san.
Kurosawa-san appears out of the crowd with a resigned expression. Yeah, I was here to meet him here today. He's currently a detective with the Metropolitan Police Department, and is a trustworthy man who has been helping us in secret. Even now, He caught on to the public safety department's moves before anyone else and was able to warn us.
I wasn't told that you had class today. Should we postpone?
Oh, no, it's all right. Let go, I guess.
I see. So your plan was to meet with Kurosawa-san?
Yeah. I have something important I need to consult with him on.
That actually seems to be the case for once. I don't have much time to spare either, so why don't you hand him over to me for today, I guess?
If that is the case, then I understand. I will await your report later.
Aga says so politely as she releases my arm and salutes Kurosawa-san. With that, she disappears back into the crowd. I swear, she's been a pest lately on purpose, and she just loves seeing my reactions. Oh well, I guess that means she's getting even more human-like.
So, what did you want my help with?
Well, this might be a bit late to ask, but I want to have enough power in the police to protect the others from the outside.
So that's what this is about. Dealing with people from that side of the business is more trouble than fighting shadows sometimes.
Oh, I know. That's why I need power besides what I can do with my fists.
Kurosawa-san smirks in response.
I like the look on your face. That reminds me, you're old enough to drink now, aren't you?
Well, yes.
What's this? You don't like alcohol?
No, alcohol and protein shakes go surprisingly well together.
Drinking with you is going to be tiring for a different reason.
Kurosawa-san looks amused for a moment, and then turns and walks away. I follow him into the city. Who is this? Mitsuru-senpai and I are walking through the city, which has suddenly become filled with summer fashions and as long holiday draws to a close. We've been going out together like this for a while, but she wears clothes more appropriate for her age. Mitsuru-senpai looks even better than models. Heads turn to follow her wherever we go. Mitsuru-senpai doesn't seem fazed by this, though it's more likely that she doesn't even have a clue that she's standing out. It's a mystery to me how she doesn't notice. The only thing that appears to bother her is how she's walking.
I'm not comfortable in these clothes.
Come on, you look good. And you know what they say, when in Rome, do as the Romans do.
But doesn't such a frilly skirt interfere with how you walk?
Huh? Senpai, I know you wore a skirt as part of the Gekkoukan High uniform.
A uniform is fine, since it's like battle attire.
Battle attire, huh?
Hey ladies, how's it going? Are the two of you looking for a good time? Why don't you join us and have some fun?
Would you mind getting out of the way? I'm trying to enjoy my day off with my friend.
Again? I mean, yeah, she stands out, but how many times have we been hit on just today?
Well, if not today, how about another time? Can I get your phone number? Maybe we could go out sometime.
Oh.
The man hitting on us touches my shoulder. This guy either has guts or he's really slow on the uptake. Either way, this isn't good at all. Mitsuru-senpai's arm flashes out like a snake and grabs the man's wrist.
Mitsuru-senpai, hold on!
Ow!
I'd prefer it if you kept your hands off my friend. I also believe it to be in your best interests if you left at once.
I'm okay. Jeez, you guys better get going.
Oh, crap! We're sorry!
The guys who talk to us are scared off by Mitsuru-senpai, and they run for their lives. I'm happy that she protected me, but it's like she's seriously turning into an empress. She's the head of a special battle unit with a mission to exterminate shadows. I wonder if that environment is what's making it worse for her. After all, I really need to help her have some time to enjoy herself.
Senpai, let's go over there.
I take Mitsuru-senpai's arm and charge into a shopping mall. I'm pretty sure that guys like that won't follow us all the way into a store. After checking out some clothes and some other accessories like normal girls in the busy holiday stores, we decide to take a break at a cafe terrace. Cafe Rembrandt.
You're right.
I relax and enjoy the fun we had, and take another sip of my coffee. Mitsuru-san answers me absent-mindedly. Her tea is left untouched.
Senpai, you promised that you wouldn't think about the other day.
Yukari,
I know this is impossible to keep from getting getting to her. After all, the case this time was because of the Kirijo group's negative legacy. Mitsuru Senpai has taken on the role of leader of the Kirijo family, and to atone for her family's past, yet after being captured by the enemy, she couldn't take command of the situation. It may only be natural that she feels responsible for what happened, but even then, I can't be convinced that she needs to bear the weight of all of that herself.
There are so many people here.
And there she goes again. I came here today thinking about giving her a piece of my mind. She keeps taking responsibility for everything on herself, and worrying about things all on her own. Still, I can't bring myself to say anything about it when she has that look on her face. I thought it might be comforting to her emotionally, like I had been back then, to lessen the distance between us, but that would just be repeating what I'd done before. Doing so would be saddening. I mean, we're best friends, you know? As I try to figure out what to say next, all I hear is the bustle of the busy cafe.
See? It's Feather Pink!
Wow, you're right. It's Reiko Kujakuen. Hey, Feather Pink. Where are Red and the others?
Huh?
Suddenly, a little boy points at me. Everyone turns around at his shout, and children walking past make a wide circle around us.
No, you're mistaken. You've got the wrong person.
I hurriedly wave my hands in an attempt to disperse the crowd. Having a role in shows where my face can be seen is really inconvenient.
You're quite popular, Yukari. How does it feel to be a hero?
Huh? Well, I guess it's worth it since these kids are really into it.
Death must not be needlessly feared, but it must not be needlessly desired as well. Face it and fight, Featherman. Or so the line goes.
Senpai, why do you know that?
That's the opening line of the intro of the Featherman Victory. That catchphrase comes up every episode of the show.
I may be busy, but I still have time to watch a little television.
What? But why would you watch Featherman of all things?
Why wouldn't I? My best friend is one of the stars. I had never seen such a program before. But it's true. I did sense something from it. I feel that you were trying to help people, especially children, teaching them to avoid bringing harm into their lives.
Well, I guess that's how it is.
The protagonists of the hero shows don't just punish evil, they protect those who are precious to them and give everyone hope to live. I'm sure that these shows teach a lot of things to children. I should probably turn this down, actually. I just realized it was probably still really loud from when I was fighting the last boss, and I had to be able to hear him. I'm sure that these shows teach a lot of things to children, too.
The same goes for Akihiko and Yamagishi, Aige, Samada, and Iori as well. Every one of us is proceeding down their own path, in their own way. That's how I can concentrate on my own duties. The trust we've formed will not easily be swayed. Isn't that right?
I can't help but sigh. I feel like I've been beaten instead. My best friend believes in me and is watching over me. Well, I should do the same for her, even though I get the feeling that I get sweet talk somehow.
Yukari, what's the matter?
I guess I've been defeated today. Well, that's fine. Let's go to the next place.
Next place? You want to continue shopping?
Well, I don't have any idea when you'll be able to make time for me again, you know.
What if I promise to contact you every once in a while? Would that do?
It's a deal. But while we're here...
I tug on Mitsuru Senpai and we resume our shopping. I'm not sure why, but I feel as if whatever I had been bothering me had disappeared. Come on, Mitsuru, that's a terrible... I'll contact you every once in a while. I use that line too. Even before we can complete the follow-up investigation of the case that Minosuke caused, I was summoned by public safety to the government office building. I would have liked to ignore this meeting, which is sure to be nothing more than an interrogation, but it's better that I go than for them to get their hands on Labrys or Minazuki. Also, I want to make sure that no trouble comes from Yukari or Amata's daily lives.
We recognize your achievement in recovering Labrys. Wasn't it your own blunder that led to you, the leader of your organization, being captured?
Are these the guys that illegally stormed the headquarters?
There are also reports that you involved underage civilians in this matter as well. What do you think your organization is?
If there were people there, then they must have acted on their own to protect their town and their companions. Also, with regard to the members of the auxiliary staff, the emergency suppression unit, They became concerned for me after my disappearance and came after me as individuals. That is all. It is absolutely unrelated to the Shadow Operatives.
You're just playing semantics.
Furthermore, when the second case occurred, the Shadow Operatives were forced to begin an investigation based on a lack of evidence. Since you were the ones who ordered the investigation, I believe you would know whether or not they were able to go on duty or not. Also, even though it may have been merely an intimidation tactic, I received a report that my people were fired upon during the incident. I laughed it off at the time, since it's impossible that this organization could have been so stupid as to send my people into danger unprepared.
You little...
But as you pointed out, it was due to my own lack of preparedness that I was captured by the enemy. I will accept any kind of punishment for that.
That is not the way you handle that situation. What in the world?
The report says that your capture was nothing but a ruse, though?
Excuse me.
What is it? We're in the middle of an inquiry here.
I was ordered to bring these documents the moment they arrived.
The man who enters the room hands a binder full of documents to the men interrogating me. While they're distracted by that for a moment, the newcomer glances at me. I feel as if I know that man from somewhere. But what was that about?
What is this?
As you can see, it's the report from our undercover investigation of the Kirijo group.
You fool! These are not the kinds of details we asked for.
This deliberation is temporarily suspended. You will be notified of our further decisions at a later date.
Their sudden sourness makes me think that this case is coming to an end. But to think that someone would be able to turn in a report that would instantly suspend investigation from these sicklers, it would seem that there are some people even in public safety who do not respect their higher-ups. Also, that undercover investigation report must have been made by Shirogane. It seems like I'm in her debt. When I leave the conference, I see that the other Shadow Operatives have gathered here.
Mitsuru-san!
What are you all doing here?
Well, these guys insisted on at least trying to testify in person, since they failed you on the mission. I had no choice but to come too.
Seeing that our friend, who had gone missing, was immediately summoned to the government office on her return, we were worried it was a conspiracy. Indeed, as your friends, it's only natural that we'd rush to your side, because we are your friends.
Okay, don't oversell the point, Aigis. Aigis, why are you speaking with such over-exaggeration? And what are Yukari and Iori even doing here?
Yeah, we were all worried about you. After all, we're all your friends.
And why are you wearing the feather pink outfit again?
The best of friends. Yep. Yes, sirree.
You realize I won't be able to stick up for you if they come down on you because of this.
It'll be fine. Look, I'm in the middle of a shoot right now.
Okay, that's why.
I'm just out walking Koromaru.
I'm just going out for a run, you know?
You're training, Junpei? You should have told me sooner. Come along.
That's okay. I mean, can't you see what we're getting at here?
Seriously, all of you?
I really don't know. Why would the public safety be concerned because the Shadow Operatives were with the Shadow Operatives? I don't understand. I can't help but laugh with amusement. Though it makes me happy as their friend, I have mixed feelings as the leader of our organization. The higher-ups that gave themselves away this time are only the tip of the iceberg. There must be many people in the police and the political realm who don't think well of the Kirijo group. These troublemakers will pounce immediately if we leave even the slightest vulnerability unguarded. But even then, the Shadow Operatives will continue to protect and serve. And why is Ken there? I mean, okay, because he's her friend, but he's like, he's not being a Shadow Operative. So why is he hanging out with the Shadow Operatives? That's weird. We can create a world where everyone will have the strength to deny the face of destruction.
Let's go.
Yes!
And we will continue moving towards the future for the sake of granting our wishes. The end. So, that was the Persona 3 storyline. And so, of course, the question now becomes, what did I think of it? I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more than the Persona 4 storyline, but I do have to say it bothers me a little bit that there were inconsistencies between the two storylines, and that basically the two storylines told the exact same story. That is annoying. I was expecting the Persona 3 storyline to be something about what happens to show afterwards, or like a build-up to the... I didn't think it would be the same story again. The first arena did that, and I wasn't annoyed by it, but... Well, yeah, I was. Having to go through the same story with every single character was frustrating. It was interesting, and it gave me some insight into their characterization, but I really feel like it was an opportunity missed. I think they could have come up with a story that didn't require the two, Persona 4 and Persona 3 to literally repeat the same story over again. At the very least, it should have communicated that you could start with either Persona 3 or Persona 4. It's not, but doing both, it's dumb. Don't get me wrong, I did enjoy it, but it feels a little disingenuous. Because I feel like the last several hours of playing have not actually benefited very much. However, that said, I mentioned this earlier, Labrys' characterization is bloody brilliant. I really, 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 really appreciated it. I thought it was awesome. I still think it's awesome. Labrys' characterization makes me so excited for Persona 5. Because when you look at it, Persona 4 Arena and Ultimax, the only character they actually developed was Labrys. And all the other characters were basically already developed by the time they got here. So the fact that Labrys was like that, and the fact that Labrys has been built into such an emotionally draining and just inspiring and awesome story, that's great, that's fantastic, oh my gosh. The whole Shadow Labrys living inside her thing was a beautiful twist. I do really, my one kind of regret about the Persona storyline currently is that Metis seems to have completely gone out of it. I really liked Metis, I thought Metis was awesome. And she's only vaguely mentioned or alluded to every once in a while. She is the one character that has absolutely gone out of the series. Or I guess, technically Shinji has too. Because Shinji hasn't been brought up at all. Obviously, Okiro continues to be referenced every once in a while. So, his death really, really meant something, but Shinji seems to have fallen completely out of it, and so has Metis, and that makes me a little bit sad. But yeah, I enjoyed the game. I had a lot of fun playing it, oh my gosh. I am so glad I raised the difficulty. Difficulty used to be terrible, but now it's, terribly easy, and now I get frustrated at times as I'm trying to figure out how to get through this, but I still really, really enjoyed playing through the game. The combat system is tight, it's a wonderful fighting game, the story is really, really inventive. I felt like it was padded in that they just told the same story twice, and I kept waiting for more to come from the story than actually did, and it, still ended the same place, and that was sad. That made me frown. Frowny face. Obviously, the music in Persona is the best music in RPGs. Every single song is brilliant. It by itself just makes everything wonderful. But, this has been Persona 4 Ultimax. Finished it up. Oh my goodness, I'm pretty sure, let me just check real quick. I have now been streaming for 7.5 hours. Basically, I went from like 29% through the game to done. And it is like 12:20. Holy carp. I'm really I'm glad this was my first really big marathon run. Normally, I get tired out and kind of stop streaming after a couple of hours. And I'm really glad that didn't happen, that I really put the effort in. I don't know that I'll do 8-hour streams on a regular basis, but I'm glad to know that I can. But yep, thank you very much for tuning in. I'm sorry if the second story wasn't as interesting as the first, because it was repeated. Not my fault. But still, there were elements that I'm really glad I saw, so I'm certainly glad that I did it. 99% complete. Alright. And that seems to be everything. So, I will see you all next time for whatever game I play next time. Thank you very much for tuning in, as I continuously say. And yeah, Persona 4 Ultimax complete. Huzzah. Later, people.